Lich will never fall off. So with that, the dynamic is shifting. Normally, against Scriptlord, the human wants to drag out the game more and more and more and more. Against Lich, it might be a bit of a different story.
Exactly. It's incredibly powerful in the late game versus Knights, versus Griffins, versus almost everything. And of course against casters if you decide to go for that. I was lying, by the way, when I said I only saw Happy verse 40. I also saw Sock verse 120. And I'm an idiot. I completely forgot about that. I'm getting old. My memory is just the Swiss cheese. But in that series, Sock played really odd. He played stuff like casters. Like, he tried to counter something that wasn't there yet. And therefore, a lot of investments were going into something that he didn't need. And then 120 cut his head off, basically, with a nice, simple timing push. So hopefully that was a learning effect for Sock, and we see even better games.
Yeah, so far it's an aggressive early game by Sock, trying to cancel the expansion, trying to find some kills maybe. I think he got one ghoul so far, and is going to have the quicker expansion finishing up. Especially against Scriptlord, I was always a big proponent of rushing level 3 Archmage because that damage is much needed against beetles. But when there's no beetles in the game, there's not so many threats you have to deal with. I think I'm more fine with the lesser leveling Archmage and a faster expansion. And here the export timing indeed is great. 4 minutes 15 and already the human is mining.
Indeed. I'm not a huge fan of level 2 Archmage, and I have a bigger problem with that. I think the level 2 Archmage rushes didn't play out well for Sock at all in the series that they played against each other. So it was a little poke. He kept 120 busy for a little bit, but yeah, I still think level 3 Archmage against ghouls, the re-strengthened, unnecessarily strengthened ghouls, is essential.
Very necessary. Very necessary, as we all know. Lich now going to be benefiting from the help of the little boys and gets the level 3. And this attack is going to be scary. I'm not really in a perfect position. This is the big downside when you play aggressive early like we saw. When the pendulum swings back, you have to defend. You're only level 2. This is going to be a tough effort right now because 120 is showing up in earnest.
There we go. Arcane Tower up. Very early shop, but all of these footies are also hurt by the poison. It's a wonderful timing for 120. Militia here. How much heavy lifting can they do? The shop isn't finished and the ghouls take out the worker. Very precise gaming by 120 so far. And the Lich is level 3 with almost full mana.
Oh, that's a good Nova as well. It's going to be one of many in this game. Lich building on his experience lead here, as it seems. This shop really has to finish, and the AM really has to get level 3.
Not here yet. Footy about to fall against the Nova. We do have Dark Ritual to eat maybe another skeleton. 120's ghoul control, pretty damn amazing. Doesn't risk much. Of course, seeing Archmages too, knowing also that he must be close to an Archmage level 3. Pulling back ghouls maybe a little earlier than absolutely necessary. But why risk it if there's no biscuit?
If you're taking a lot of damage on the peasants, the lumber economy can suffer heavily later on. Shredder is highly recommended. This is also something that 120 should know. But was a good little attack there. He got some kills, he got some experience. And it's going to be a lot about experience in the end game. But looks like right now he cannot quite contest the middle creep camp where we would expect the lab. Is he not going to the lab? Enemy lab, maybe? It seems like this is the time right here to go for the lab at the moment.
Yeah, maybe with Zeppelin and Shredder. He's a bit low on lumber workers, so would be indicating a Shredder. 120 though. Got the ghouls here. Lich a bit hurt. It is a Shredder indeed. Can help in the fight as well. I don't think 120 has the forces to contest this Shredder, which is extremely expensive and very powerful. Right clicks hurt the Lich so much that I think 120 has to retreat.
He got the steal though on the big creep, so that's a big swing in experience because the Lich already very close to 4. Almost got that one as well. Eating some ghouls to get the experience in. I think that's, or the mana rather, in. And with that, the experience I think is well worth it. Lich, once he gets level 4 and 5, he really starts taking off.
I heard that he even gets +4 intelligence on level 4.
And on level 6, bro, it is crazy. Some good items would go a long way. The Lich has some nice ones already, of a rather smaller kind, but still quite helpful. Archmage, on the other hand, I guess is looking similar for him as well. Boots and claws. Big mana potion. He's going to go for a heal scroll here for sure. And then if he commits into attack with footies and mana potion, this could apply a lot of pressure that the enemy doesn't want to have to face right now before tier 3.
Nice call, Mr. Demo Man. We get a Mountain King. We get some more chip damage here on that Lich as the DK isn't here yet. Mountain King arrival maybe a minute away. The last Nova for the time being. Would love to see the Mountain King here. Archmage is getting risky. And the DK arrives perfectly to keep the Lich in position. So Creep Camp is gone. Heal scroll on Sock. Good XP. Very good gold. But also kind of risky position here as Coil Nova is always locked and loaded. There we go. Boom goes the dynamite. And another kill reaches level 4. And now, good luck fighting that Lich.
Yeah, I think he still should, though. He's got some footies here. This is where normally you can take off fiends fairly well. He's got the heal scroll to do it as well. He's got a heal potion on the Archmage. The first Stormbolt on the Ghoul. And of course, Dark Ritual can also be used to prevent lots of experience here. Another big strength of the Lich.
Noticeable development, by the way. Wand of Negation in the early tier 2 stages, even with an expansion, is not really a thing anymore. Labby was using it on like Twisted Meadows and big maps. Apart from that, that item has, for now, against Water Elementals, basically disappeared.
Yeah, it's a lot worse at removing those Water Elementals immediately. You could make the case that against some things, like against Hex, it's better now, being cheaper, even with fewer charges. But yeah, this gives the AM, again, more runway to be active there in the tier 2 stage. Maybe also part of the reason why we're seeing Crypto drop off more again. Crypto was really benefiting from blowing up those Water Elementals immediately and then keeping the pressure up with Ghouls and Beetles, hitting the expansion over and over.
That is correct. And I have to say, I was about to like jubilee because Sock, I saw double workshop, double racks, which is great. He's going again for that Sanctum.
He keeps trying, bro.
He keeps trying. So
sometimes it's priests with master training, sometimes it's Sorks, and almost always it fails.
Yeah. I wonder what he sees that he needs right now from that Sanctum.
Normally with a Lich first, we pretty much always see the same late game army. It's Fiends and A-Bombs, good frontline, good backline, and of course statues. Very often no destroyers at all. I would like to see some humans try to play Knight Gyro against that, plus very few Griffins. 2 Griffins, don't over make them. But if you micro them perfectly, I feel like there might be a window to keep them properly out of web range. That is, though, with the admitting truth that that would be very hard to pull off. But yeah, these caster units, I think I've never seen him win a game with them.
It is, again, the same situation as we had in the last series. Sock is preparing for the Fiend A-Bomb combo that you are talking about. In 1-2-0, he's just going for a straight-up Destroyer push. And against that Destroyer push, we have 0 towers. We got 2 gyros, 1 gyro, 0 gyro. And how do you hold this now?
Yeah, you might not. This might just be the expansion going down, destroyers being left behind. Destroyers and ghouls could take care of the militia very easy.
We got a counter
looking
attack.
pretty bad.
Yeah, we got a counter attack here. Only for the time being. Might want to clean up these ghouls now, finally. Ay, this was big time economic damage. And 1-0, okay, I was about to say, is still producing ghouls. No, now we go into A-bombs. I got a hiccup. Remo, save me.
You got it. Keep going. Stormbolt on the Dark Ranger. Seems like that might not be the perfect target for it. Right now, the coil is only level 1, so getting Fiend kills here might be fairly easy. The Knight count is looking good, or it's looking decent, I should say. One more Fiend goes down, but again, the denies. We see them more and more. Staff, a little bit out of range. Sock here making some small mistakes, but it's very easy to be critical and almost impossible to do this perfectly because you're under so much pressure here. Very hard to not make any.
Right on. We do have Clap, which helps in the crowd control department. It's a lot about crowd control. One player has Nova, of course, that helps. And we got Orb of Slow in general. Orb of Slow actually helps very nicely against that Destroyer. That's a ripper, no deny. And Sok is still in this for the time being, but very low unit count, very low economy count.
One A-bomb here in the back. That one slowed down as well. Gyros still very few as it seems. Heal scroll committed. Holy Light as well. Death Knight has full mana, by the way. Where are those coils going? Ah, there they are. Death Knight in trouble now, and he goes down. Oh man! Takes him out just in time, right before the TP. That's a move that Sok needed.
Pally could have gotten the heal potion, but he values the Archmage health maybe a little bit more. A-bomb eaten, more mana. 45 food again, but this is now a lot of slow thanks to the Orb of Slow and no Unholy Aura anymore, so it's way easier for Sok to create some distance, waiting for reinforcements to arrive.
And the supply here still speaks a pretty clear language, and the Lich, most important. Oh, love that. Lich out of mana, not for long. Eat an A-bomb, 600 mana just like that, and that is GG.
Yep, the big walking mana potions, man. Gotta love it.
Yeah, he made a few too many peasants, I guess, to not be expanding here. That would have been a smart move, I think. Because normally, one-base rifles is pretty bad against Tet Fiends, because Tet Fiends comes out really strong towards tier 3. But ghouls are way better to play against normally with rifles, because you can kill them off quickly. The ghouls run in, Stormbolt clap, kill the ghouls, and then suddenly you can have the rifle upper hand. Ideally, of course, we're talking here. It's going to come down a lot to micro. Sok would have loved to see him make this adjustment here, but no. Okay, here it is. It's going to be an expansion in a short time. And it's going to be a scary one, dude, because there's a lot of undead units ready.
Yeah, the skeletons were also distracting the militia a little bit. 120 has 2.5 coils, more or less. This would be amazing with Backpack and another Rod of Necromancy. Maybe holding that for the Super League. But yeah, good luck creeping this. It is 9 militia. How many kills can he claim?
Having Cloak of Shadows actually is really good here for the Archmage. Very often he's going to get pressured heavily when there's so many ghouls here. Got that last hit. Got the next last hit. But the big boy creep is still here.
Okay. Attacked by 120 on the way. There's 2 more kills. Maybe the Footman as well. Saves the coil for the kill. Easy. Easy. Way too easy. That is a huge XP. He's an XP lead for 120 now.
Yeah, that is pretty bad. You mentioned it a moment ago. Imagine if there's more Rod of Necromancy here.
Oi.
Oh, another steal. Oh, that is a very good start for 120.
Yeah, that was also a huge invitation by Sok to this creep spot. Creep jack.
One more peasant here, very hurt. Not quite that greedy. Could you send out some more ghouls? There could already be the next ghoul attack underway. Go on the other lane, try to be undiscovered. That is not a great timing on the expo.
He needs lumber for Tech, Second Hero, and Slaughterhouse. So I don't know. Okay, he's pulling in 4 ghouls. Telly staff as well. Might want to go home. For Sok, the best thing you could do now is a surround, but then he just stabs out. So is that worth the time? We'll see. We have another coil in a bit. And again, man, Rod of Necromancy would just be so sick.
Gonna get that peasant at least. Now gonna time to teleport. But yeah, this is a significant delay. Not just on the expansion, also on the AM progress. He's not level 3 yet, which is not good news. And if he creeps the orange camp there with the ogre, that might not even be enough. At least he got a great item. Rogue the Magi is indeed fantastic. But this game is looking much better, I'd say, for the Undead.
Right on. Return to DK openers. By the way, what you said at the beginning about the fluidity of 120 strategies, I said the exact same thing about 120 versus Night Elf, where it's also true. Like, Labby always expands, Happy always goes for tier 3 expansion, and 120, he can expand at any timing in between these 2 extremes. So he's even He's even doing that versus Night Elf, also versus Human. I love it as well. I think this is what you have to play in 2026, and the others shall learn from him.
Yeah, pretty sick. 1-0, of course, again, showing up strong in the Super League. Once more, he secured a top 3 position, basically already. Peaking at the right time, it seems. I guess in the last Super League, didn't get very far in the playoffs. Do you remember off the top of your dome where he ended up?
I would say top 5 to 6 and lost to Kaho.
Yeah, lost to Kaho, right? Yeah. I mean, it's not too bad. Didn't make the top 3, though. Counterattack now by Sock. This all seems to be too late. The level 3 AM here seems just way too late in this game.
Going for the Tome might delay more stat use, might delay the Orb. Oh, this is not even close, man. But is the damage enough?
One
with the
negation.
Reduction? We got a one
Where's the
negation
one?
now. Well, it's not there. It's not there. He doesn't have the gold. But the oh, he was perfectly calculated. With the damage nerf, Water Elementals aren't strong enough to even deal with the ridiculous Tome of Relics. And that was all for nothing.
Yeah, TP out. I guess there's still some footies left, at least. But we need some towers, man. And we need a bunch of them, really.
Ew.
Normally, you need at least 4 towers to be safe in a base. And 1-0's tier 3 is going to be hitting very, very soon.
That is, I think, I would say very problematic now for Sock. Tech not done yet. Towers not upgraded yet. Destroyer upgrade actually a bit postponed because it's locked behind that statue. Lich doesn't have an orb yet, so there is a little bit of time, but at max a minute?
Yeah, I guess that's the time we're looking at here. AM trying to distract more. Oh, if there was a slow reaction, that shop kill would have been huge. But no, 1-0, a little bit too quick on the react. And has just enough for the orb. Selling an inmune potion. Yeah, that makes sense. His hero's not really going to be in trouble. And the train is rolling.
Keep rolling, 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 rolling. Shit, Limp Bizkit. Cool dudes, though, I think. How many towers there are now? 2, 3. 1-0 could pivot into the main, but there's also 4 towers. Dude,
Sock is starting to get there. He doesn't
Yeah.
have masonry, though. He needs to be very, very fast with the repair.
I don't think this is too powerful. 1-0 also rarely goes for a third hero with these timings. Makes use of the Water Elemental, which is quite nice for additional mana. Big
Okay,
Destroyer bust. Ghouls,
Move the
Destros.
peasants. Yep, okay. Good positioning. Really good positioning here. Repair looking good so far. Of course, 1 tower is gonna go down, but if some hold on, maybe there's a way.
It is still tier 2 on the... Oh, Destroyer down. Lots of damage lost now. Water Elementals not being dispelled perfectly. Waiting for another Nova, but... Oh, this will be a destruction. 1 more coil after this one. There's still ghouls alive. Another tower down. And this Lich, he's rubbing his
Lich!
ice-cold hands. But what's that positioning?
Whoa.
He needs to get for the mass kill. He's waiting for level 3. No!
Oh my god!
Ah!
Oh, what was that?
Holy
What
shit!
was that? What was that Nova? Oh god!
The
Woo.
goatest Nova of all time.
He hit like 10 peasants with that Nova. Jesus Christ, look at those corpses.
Dude, 1-0, lock your effing door. The US is coming looking for weapons of mass destruction.
That was sick. Holy hell. Okay, Sock holds, but at a great price, dude. That was so many workers going down. He's on the way to tier 3, just started the tech. MK, of course, being rezzed quickly. This just turned into an interesting game.
That was so crazy. Oh god, oh god, oh god. He had to sacrifice. Look at all the corpses, man. The graveyard is crazy. So, the question now, how does 1-0 scale from here on out? He also sacrificed a big chunk of ghouls. Didn't lead to many levels. Maybe towers got most of them. But yeah, gyros are #1 unit right now. And that could lead 1-0 into switching strats. But how much wiggle room is there really?
Yeah, not much. We call it all in for a reason. Normally you have to break this expansion or otherwise you have lost. if you have triple hero on extremely high level, you can sometimes stabilize on one base only. Here is now the third hero, Pit Lord. Why wasn't he here earlier, by the way?
No resources.
Was there no supply? No resources?
No resources.
Okay,
He was at 100 gold when he crossed the middle.
Alright, he's here now. And that Rain of Fire does some good damage against buildings, but the Destroyer! Wait, it went down without coil.
Yep.
Ooh. Destroyer micro here, pretty sloppy to be honest, by 1-0.
Well, might be on purpose to mix it up. There's a lot of gyros, but you have to build A-bombs, get research disease cloud, go for fiends. I don't know, man. This is not looking too great for 1-0 anymore.
Yeah, I certainly agree. I mean, he lost almost everything. Supply is even right now, though. But of course, we got one player mining off of 2 bases. We got a lot of gold streaming in right here. Pit Lord! Now he's trapped!
With the farm! What an amazing farm! Is there enough damage to do anything about it? No, but it's definitely more damage. Oh, he's still blocked! His bones are too big!
Dude, he's got 28 strength, okay? That has to go somewhere, you know?
True. The gains in the past couple of weeks. Here comes the Stormbolt. Still not enough follow-up. Mountain King. Uh-oh, needs some healing. Paladin couldn't be researched yet because he is not tier 3. So Pit Lord survives. MK survives. Game goes on.
Archmage!
What about
he stopped
him?
running for a moment. What are you doing, bro? There's a Nova there. He's dead.
Oh man, what a funny game. We got Abominations coming. No disease cloud, not the greatest impact. He had to Oh, he doesn't have gold. He doesn't have lumber. He never rebuilt ghouls.
Dude, chat is asking, where's the Pit Lord gif?
Well, you know it. In my dream.
Perfect fit right now with that big booty. He didn't get out, but he did survive. The farm was taken out. Sok has tier 3 units on the way. It's going to be big reinforcements with Pally and Knights, and the towers are still trying to hold at the expansion.
Here we go. Mountain King full mana, low HP. Pit Lord. Is he gonna be sacrificed to the towers? Lemao. Well, at least you can't feed the human heroes that way.
Okay. I was wondering there if he might fall, but a good potion available to heal him up. Frost armor now. Very good, of course, for those fiends against Knights. Undead army pushed back. Another unit trapped. This time it's the A-bomb. This is Admiral Akbar's base, dude. It's just a trap for everybody.
Dude, the humans have practiced trapping units in bases for 2 decades, and now they finally learned how to use that weapon against their enemies and not just against themselves. The surround. Could have closed it. Didn't. 3 times the charm. Lich is slim boy, though. He finds a way out.
Time still, of course, on Sok's side. He's got the Expo running. There's still some tower coverage there. His lumber isn't great, which is not surprising considering how many peasants died, especially because of that amazing Nova from earlier. And of course, there's no Shredder on this map. But 60 supply already for Sok. Really, he only needs one thing, and that's hero levels. He's starting to work on those now.
Alrighty, where does this game go with that 1 base, 2 base? Sok is destined to win this. His resources are looking better for sure. Army is getting better. Still no disease cloud. Knights coming in. No sanctum this time either. And we fortify a little bit to keep the town hall safe. Sok with all the advantages in the world.
Pit Lord Rain of Fire can always be great against these towers and peasants, especially when there's no arcane. But Sok with a quick reaction, look at that. Pulls back the peons right away, the peasants not taking much damage. And the humans getting stronger and stronger. Multi-staff play also will begin to kick in.
Okay then. Knights very fast, of course. Very sturdy. The hard counter to fiends. Being able to heal up by Holy Light now. Mountain King and Archmage intercepting. And every Stormbolt should be a kill.
So far, not working that way. The Fiends are getting healed a lot. It's level 3 Coil, by the way. DK got lots of experience this game. 2 levels ahead of the Archmage, who finds himself in trouble over here. Not protected, except for the Cloak. Cloak saves him. Level up. There's Rain of Fire. Where's the Holy Light? Staff to save him. But now benched for a while.
What a ridiculous game, dude. We're locking in this around the 2 brave peasants. Pete and Klaus keep the surround closed. Pitlord is trying to free his way. Holy Light is ready. Another level up. A coil! This is amazing. Warcraft on display. The nuke shifts again. MK, Holy Light. Got him!
Oh my god. Is the staff ready on the MK? Can he pass it?
No. 15 seconds.
Really stressful, dude. The Undead heroes now are really good. 5, 4, 2. Sock needs a little bit more time.
Holy shit, dude. Rain of Fire coming in clutch once again. That Pit Lord does some heavy lifting. Sock is supply blocked at 68, but he has a whooping 20 food lead. Couple of resources here in towers, of course, as well. Gyros in the middle, scouting for reinforcements. And now we engage again with a very hurt Mountain King begging for a Holy Light. Nuke immediately. Nice Pit Lord up front. Knights deal with them. Very low mana on that Lich, but of course that can change any second.
Yeah, he's the Fiend after the Stormbolt. I like that. Getting a good amount of mana back right there. Ideally, you want to go for the targets that don't have Frost Armor. Frost Armor is cheap in mana with only 40, but not completely free. There's the Frost Armor again. Holy Light. There's the Coil. Sock is trying to finally drain all these Undead heroes of mana to then get the kills.
Can this Mountain King is so far away from 3. He's just not getting any kills. 120's Fiend Micro is a thing of beauty. A Picasso picture, a Bernini sculpture, the 120 Fiend Micro.
Has to keep kiting though, has to stay on the job, otherwise the Knights will find the kills. They don't have Sundering Blades yet, by the way. Maybe something for later when there's some time. Right now it's all about just pumping out units. Some Knights dying. This is where the multi-staff is supposed to come into play to save those Knights again and again.
Sock would love to have some experience, but 120 is not gonna give it to him. The army's still at 50. He lost a couple of Fiends. Needs to rebuild statues soon as well. Sock needs to heal. And yeah, the Staff of Sanctuary is amazing, but it also benches the units for a long time. And that is time for more economical damage.
We got the triple staff now. So here, the mass staff can really start to shine.
Why isn't the Undead going for a
gonna...
staff? Really?
They got 50 gold items that are almost as good. There goes the MK, by the way. Yep,
Yeah.
that's the power of the Coil Nova late game.
Oh god! He just exploded into a million pieces. That poor little dwarf, man. First he can't level, now he can't live, apparently. Lich in trouble, would love to have a Stormbolt. Hey, maybe he can spam some Holy Light, but holy shit, that coil timing.
Stuck with a great hold here so far, but I think one thing he made a mistake on macro-wise. All of slow would have been so sick here. Just to slow down the kiting fiends that are running away would have been super helpful. Could still go for it, honestly. He's got some gold left over. Of course, he's got the Expo running still.
Oh man, finally Paladin level 4, finally Archmage level, Paladin level 2, Archmage level 4. More mana, more human spells, an amazing game. Continues! It's a 15 food lead. Mountain King is coming back. Knights will be there soon. I don't know if the Archmage was home to get the orb. Is there gold now? There isn't. He prioritized army, hero revive, and staffs, and I think it's not the worst call. But yeah, Orb of Slow could be nice indeed.
Hitler close to level 3, there'll be more damage against buildings and peasants and everything else. Which not so close to the level 5, however. MK is back, more staffs again in play.
Statue snipe, but it's not too much of value. Mountain King still needs some time. Oh, there he is. In the middle of it all. Oh no, Mountain King. You were supposed to be the savior. Needs the staff before the nuke, and he got it. Lich, Holy Light, no, but Coil.
One's there with the strong heroes here holding on against an expansion, holding on against the supply lead. These heroes doing so much heavy lifting right now. And right now, both staffs on cooldown, by the way. This is where Knights could be falling.
All 3 staffs on cooldown, indeed. We got a Holy Light. Needs to use it on the units, I think, to be even more efficient. Water Elemental pressure, by the way, amazing on the statue. Just constantly. There's no dispel with destroyers, as there are no destroyers. And Wand of Negation, 1-0 wasn't home for a shop in, like, decades. By the way, the main bases are about to expire.
by that point, who knows, maybe all the gold mines are gonna be gone because this expo also falling lower and lower. AM also very hurt with the Cloak of Shadows, trying to heal up a bit or hide a bit more. MK is back, finding a kill. That's 2 fiends going down, actually. And the Pally in trouble.
Lich needs
the Lich.
something. Oh, save once again, but the damage output might be too much.
Oh!
He's not involved, you sick bastard. Mountain King on the horizon gets the coil here. Wasn't a nuke, needs the staff. He's trying to stay in this fight for as long as possible. GG. 1-0 sees the hero will go down and spares him the final moment. Sock holds on. What a game, man. Look at him go. Lich prior to Nova, 2.3k damage. That's the first one. That wasn't even the worst one. Okay, 2.6, maybe 2.7. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. Oh my god, this is so sick. 2 points. How much damage is that? It might be just max damage Nova. Level 3. The patience on this.
Oh, it's glorious.
Oh my. That's 700 damage.
Oh my god. And what is this human creep route, by the way?
It's straight up expo.
Instant expo.
Yep. I mean, if you can't go for the Shadow Priest early, no need to go for the Mercenary Camp. And then the faster you get more gold, the better.
Okay, I'm a bit worried again that this AM might be underleveled for a long time, but we'll see how it's going to shake out. Both now on the way to the enemy expansion, and this might be a lot of cancellations.
Well, at least it's not a Crypt Lord, otherwise I would be complaining that state of the meta is rather boring, but we cancel our expos now with Lich, Ghouls, Skeletons, and Archmage Water Elementals, and if we stay on even basis, I would say that's a win for Suck.
He can also take out the Ziggurat here if he actually finishes the Nerub Tower. I don't think there's any saving this Ziggurat. There could be a lot of resources lost right here. Tower should probably be cancelled right now. And normally if we get cancel versus cancel, if the human does it well, he can come out ahead on the expo timing in the end. I should say though, normally that's especially the case when AM is level 3, and we are far away from that.
He might be a Nova, but nice splits on the Footman. Almost looks like he has formation on. Beautiful, actually. No chance for hitting 2 targets at the same time. I don't know if that was on purpose or if the engine just did it that way, but whatever it was good.
AM at the shop. Boots here very important for the mobility in the early game, especially necessary against the Lich. If sometimes you find yourself on low HP, which can happen quickly, you need to be able to run away to avoid that Nova, and with it the death sentence. And now how do you do it? How do you set up your own expansion while also cancelling your opponents? That is always the difficult question to answer for both players.
Yep, for the Lich, the answer is mostly Nova. 1 worker down. Tower needs a long time. On the other side, Sock is in position with Footman again, as the Archmage is defending. There's not many ghouls at home to help with that.
3 footy damage. Is that really enough? If AM staffs in, sure, but doesn't have a staff, but he has the boots. We're running on over. Very nice now for the human that there's no narrow tower here. I would have misjudged this a bit. I thought they wouldn't be doing enough damage, but the footies alone almost were enough. Just throw in 1 water elemental, and there we go. Easy cancel, but also easy to remake for 1-0.
Right on. Same can be said for the workers and towers on Sock side, but losing workers always hurts a little more than the buildings. Tower not cancelled though, only now being attacked, very little to repair with. Now we got the magic armor, heavy armor, and mana burn, so a little foothold established for Sock here.
Yeah, this normally should mean that now the town hall can be built, but yeah, the Haunted is already underway. I would say 1-0 is looking a little bit favored in this early game.
Might grab up some ghouls. Nice block by 1-0. A little unlucky with the damage, but can still get it thanks to boots. Mr. Remo Demo's edition will soon be in our merch store, by the way. Do you have a release date for your fashion line yet?
A player's forces are under attack.
You know, we learned from Blizzard that you want to ship it when it's ready and not too early. You know, this can be a bit of a debacle.
Can we teach them as well?
I mean, did Blizzard noticeably improve over the years, Neo? You be the judge.
I mean, depends on when you start and when you end the years.
To be honest, they actually did. In the past, Reforged early days, the patches were a disaster. Or even before Reforged, rather. There have been some misses, you know. I think I wasn't the only one saying, rifle nerf and water elemental nerf, is that really necessary? But, yeah, you know, here we are. Anyways, cancel again. Gonna take a TP to evacuate, but that was a great move for Sok. His own expansion finishing up. Now he needs to make sure, though, not to fall too far behind in experience.
That's right. And yeah, the team around Brad does a good job, if that's still the same team that we saw in the Warcraft Direct. Thank you, Wanker10, for the 26th month. Lots and lots of wanking, lots and lots of support. Much love. So 120, how do you salvage this now? At some points, you can always raise the question, do you have to tech at some point? This is something that Happy did against Fortitude. If you saw, well, you know, I can't expand here against your pressure, I'll just tech and kill you then. 120, not a student of that school.
I'm kind of shocked 120 didn't pick up a heal scroll. This would be such a strong attack with a heal scroll, but he doesn't have that. So without it, the ghoul should be fairly easily cleaned up here over time. But yeah, the downside of level 2 AM is showing again. We don't have those nice level 2 watch elementals. A little bit less nice now these days, as we know. Militia coming in as well. Beautiful game by Sok. I think we both feel the same, that having level 2 AM only for so long is kind of iffy. But outside of that, this is looking wonderful. Teching already. Militia call seems to be perfect. Sure, some peasants are dying. You know, there's no way around that. But he's remaking them. And having an expo lead and a tech lead is a great sign.
Yeah, maybe I'm getting a bit too convinced too early, but it feels like Sok is getting back in shape of like as he was in around Ancient of Wonder Cup when he surprised us all and he was super creative and had some cool new plays in almost every matchup. Then came Super League and he disappointed us all and was dipping a little bit in shape, and now we're getting there again. Very good sign, of course. If he peaks at the right time at the playoffs for Super League, then I'm all for it.
Dude, look at the spider sense. He just chased the ghoul across the entire map. This kill was important to him because of level 3. He had exactly the timings down in his head where he might be retreating to, when he's going to get close to the base. Now he's going to cancel the altar on the way to tier 2. Sok is playing an amazing last 2 maps here, barring, you know, the early game on Turtle Rock. This is excellent stuff right here.
It is very, very good Warcraft. This altar was built fairly early, so there's still a way to rebuild it back in time at the expo, where there's peace currently, for once. But we take out more and more ghouls, and all the ghouls that are killed now can't be used to push the enemy expansion further down the road. And also that Lich is not looking too healthy. The army movement is nice. He's pushing the Lich to the left-hand side, trying to intercept with an Archmage, dealing pressure with water elementals. This is just a 1-2-0 currently that has no answers.
Yeah, I'm very impressed here. Sok is looking amazing. He's creating so much space. The human always wants to have a solid early game to get the expansion up, ideally ahead, tech ideally ahead. And then in the mid game, create lots of space, delay a lot, because you need those tier 3 units, where Undead doesn't really. He's gonna need tier 3 units later, but also Fiends are relevant. This is the difficult balance that the human always has to find, and Sok is doing it just amazing. Finding more kills as well. Another ghoul picked off. Insanely far ahead on the tech. This is a huge lead for Sok that he has deserved, with great play here.
I also want to point something out that's not too flashy, but it's like the foundation of everything. Lumber management. How many times have we seen players, especially on Echo Isles, when there is no shredder, got a lot of gold, up to 2k, but then they can't do anything with it because their lumber is low. For Sok, not the case. He got the 1k gold, as you should with an expansion at this point, but he also got the 400 lumber, and that is after the tech and after 3 buildings and after an attack upgrade. This is excellent economic balance we got here.
Yeah, super sick. Very impressive indeed. You mentioned their previous run-in the Super League. There was a 0-3. where Sok just got blasted today, looking much, much better. So it seems like Sok is quickly learning. Sok seems to be doing by far the best so far on the new patch under the humans.
Yes, 1000%. Infi a bit deflated switching to Orc. Also, I heard from Stufka that he will be playing Orc versus Focus, so that's going to be interesting in the show match coming up. And yeah, Sok is thriving, man. I love it.
Still battling, still holding his own against the Lich and the Ghouls. Commits the heal potion, gets another kill. Can he get out? Maybe not. No, maybe he can, of course, with the boots. Look at those boots, Nia. Wouldn't that be nice if we had them in the merch store? And this is picture perfect. This is amazing play here. Sok has a big lead moving into this late game.
Wonderful indeed. We are 12 minutes in and only now the double sanctum has been established and the double crypt, so 120 can start pumping, but he doesn't have the infinite resources. Sok is again going Paladin, Flag Cannon, Knights upgrades. He's going so many upgrades before 50 food, and that shows how confident he is because he knows he doesn't need any units at the moment. He knows he's not forced into upkeep because there's no threat coming at all. So stay economically more conservative, squeeze out these gold mines for more, and then he has the answer to a potential next question, whether that's abominations or whether that's mortar teams. The sanctum is up. You can go breakers, you can go priests, you can go storks, and this time I even like the timing a lot.
A player's forces are
Looks like it's
under
going to be
attack.
priests this time. Inner Fire Knights sounds great. I've seen them lose many times. But this game, indeed, he has a huge lead. It's so cool. When you're ahead as the human, you can just take your time. The undead attack's not hitting for a long time. You can go for more upgrades. You can go for a staff. You can go for, what's it called? Sundering Blades, war training, you know? It's so nice. Whereas when the undead is ahead on attack and he's pushing you and threatening you and everything is so tightly timed, you don't have the time oftentimes. I've said time a million times right there. God damn it, time. But you know what I mean. There's lots of space here, lots of room for Sok to get everything online that he needs. And surprisingly, he is actually a bit behind in supply, maybe because of all those investments and upgrades.
Wow, the poor undeads, Remo. They're really suffering hard at the moment.
I think they're doing okay. Or is that what the dude on Discord said?
No, that was just sarcasm here. I think 120 also has plenty of time. Goes ghoul upgrades, goes A-bombs, could go banshees. Might even be time for worms again at some point. But yeah, we're getting breakers in the mix.
Question is though,
Yeah.
where is Sok right now? He's across the map
Yeah.
without TP.
Oh.
Does he realize that he doesn't
Oh.
have a TP?
I didn't realize he doesn't have a TP.
This is a little bit sketchy right now, but okay. It is counterattack city over here.
But why?
Yeah, it doesn't quite seem necessary, TBH.
TBH?
Okay.
Dude, I don't get this. Why? Why? We have a base race then, I guess. Town portal home by 120, and now he might just be trapped.
Sok, where you going? Going to the corner. What?
Lamau. That's what we get for praising a player this much.
Wait, how much can he escape with? He's really lucky that his heroes didn't get caught. This
Yep.
could have easily been all heroes dying.
Yep.
In the end, it's just 2 knights dying, apparently. Dude, Sok, you almost threw that game away. I'd say this position isn't great as it is.
At least the economy is still up. I mean, the town hall is still up, but the economy also shattered
Under attack.
and being kept in check by one little ghoul. I like that push move by 120. Move one ghoul to lumber so it's not part of the TP.
Why didn't he just defend? He was in such a good spot.
Can still bounce back with the base more.
I'm looking at the army setup right now, and I'm preferring 120's position, especially with the Lich so close to level 3 right now. Human hero levels not looking too convincing right now. Breakers also seems to be a weird time for breakers. Like, why breakers? That doesn't make any sense right now.
Yeah, that's right. Sorks would have been fine. He got 1 Sork against the incoming Abomination. That's great help. 1-0 Beast in kiting with the Fiends, and then slow helps. We also got the Orb of Slow this time. Double Staff will be useful. Disease Cloud pretty much everywhere though. And these bombs, of course, can be eaten. But yeah, the impact of Orb of Slow on retreating Fiends, man. You mentioned it on game 2, and now we see it in full display.
A double staff already. That's quite early for these human heroes. That's really good, but no triple staff just yet. 1 A-bomb taken out. The next one also gonna fall. Maybe another little snack for the Lich here. Not quite. Clap being displayed in the back, but MK level's just not really high. Oh, Knight not... Oof. Getting away, as I was about to say. Lich level 5, and this is where Undead normally starts to take over. This is where you want to have the lead as the human. The lead that was squandered.
Okay, oh yeah, of course, Gyro's more or less useless, and we do have this Breaker Sork army. Can't even call it an army, man. It's 1-1 trying to shark for reinforcements, but whenever something's getting caught, it's just more mana. Here's the Nova, no more slow. 1-0 fighting back. Because, oh, he's actually only on 4 Acolytes, but hey, let's forget about that for a second. Sok needs to stabilize big time and also quick time.
Yeah, dude. I hate these Sanctums. They're so trash. If you want to build your perfect army with Sorks or Priests, be my guest. But you know when you're going to make that? At 75 supply. Wow, that's a very greedy expansion by Sok, by the way. Going for the instant power build. He knows the Lich is coming. He knows there's ghouls coming as well. Sok still has the balls to split his army. He's trying to get the cancel across the map with just 2 footies and a water elemental. If this doesn't work, that's a big miscalculation. Great split, though, on the peasants, preventing a big Nova. But the AM needs to get active as well.
Okay, Archmage at home. It's about finding the right rhythm and the right decisions in the early game. So quick after this patch, we continue building. Couple of units saved and big counter goldmine kill.
Yeah, he calculated perfectly. I was worried. Was it a miscalculation? No, it wasn't. Gets that cancelled. That's huge. That is at least a minute of a delay, maybe even more. Also, the town hall is delayed, and peasants died, but it's going to be finishing pretty soon.
Right on, right on. Lots of moaning in these farms. Oh, that Lich is getting a freebie. No, Sok is paying attention to the herd units. Nicely done. Can he send more water elementals across? Can we have some staff play? He's going back to the golden boots that did heavy lifting in game 1. And it's all about defense now, as it seems.
Peasant still hurt. Lich has to run as the HP doesn't allow for too much aggressive involvement. But the ghouls are here, and the peasant's still certainly suffering. What is it right now has to make sure to keep the pressure up to make sure that this expansion will finish. Another cancel on the Haunted might just be GG. Oh, the kill! Damn, Sok! Probably disappointed with the last map, but he's not showing it. He has a Warrior's Grimace still, and absolutely owning this early game.
Lovely. We can't praise him too much, though. Let's not make the same mistake as we did on game 3. We gotta hold our horses, we gotta keep it to ourselves until the game is over. This was very well done. Nice little flex with the body block. 1-0, not anticipating that. Question is, can he cause a little delay in the north as well?
Has to go for the Tavern Rest because the altar was unsummoned. That is a lot more lumber that this cost. This is gonna slow down tier 2 by quite a lot, I guess. Question is, when can Sok tech? Not yet. He wants to get some more security, some more peasants, but Lich without mana right now is no safety concern.
Can I take the time to appreciate how much more elegant this kind of cancel culture is compared to the Crypt Lord cancel culture, where it's just you box around units and you click on some stuff. This is about every unit, it seems like, about every worker. It's just not mass versus mass. It's a lot about decision making then as well. Lich is back, might be chased again. Ghouls are here causing some trouble. And that buys 1-0 the time for his own expo. And now we get the beautiful tier 2 with the tech. And Archmage, oh, can he intercept somewhere? No, he can't. But yeah, both bases up. Nice.
Yeah, in the end, the expansion lead was minor, unlike the last map. So that's good for 1-0. But the tech lead is still with the human. And the hero lead this time, for the first time I think this series coming out of the early game, is with the Archmage. So I think this might even be a better position for Sock in hopes that I'm not jinxing him.
Uh-oh. Second praise in a row. Is that too much? We'll see. Oh, the reveal against the ghoul run by. Holy shit, dude.
A player's force
Yeah,
That is
you
sick.
You get my prophet name, Mr. Sock. That was gold.
That was sick, dude. The read to have right there to feel like, there might be ghouls moving over here. I bet I get prepared. That's so sick.
Going for the graveyard. Rip. Going for the main. Not looking too good for these acolytes. There's no necropolis yet at the expo. There's one backup acolyte, but you can't really think of a tech just yet. Archmage caught by a Nova. There is a staff. There is a TP. He's not risking anything. Staff timing pretty much perfectly before the new Nova arrives. Can he block
Two ghouls
these?
surrounded. Almost.
Footies
surrounded.
in.
Okay, still gonna get the kills.
That's a lot of footy kills.
But also ghouls dying across the map. We're gonna compare experience there in a moment. AM still ahead.
AM still ahead by a little bit. And of course, there's a little bit of a difference. One player has finished tier 2, the other player just started tier 2.
Yeah, once again, this is looking like a great position over here for Sock. Hopefully this time, not gonna give any easy way back into the game. There's an issue, however, in the economy this time. Lumber is pretty low. There's an opportunity to go for a shredder on this map, but not so easy to unlock. So tier 3 is gonna be getting delayed just a little bit over here.
Well. Interesting setup indeed. 120 now follows it up, sees how convenient this was to get out with the telestaff, buys his own, so that harass isn't over. Did he see Sock moving to the right-hand side?
Kind of seems like it. He's on the way back home, getting ready to hold against the water elemental pressure. Got a lot of ghouls back home, and with the Lich helping, with the Lich joining, should be pretty easy to deal with.
Archmage. Staff now off cooldown. Water Elemental still dealing solid damage. On the way to tier 3 we are. It's getting a bit sketchy here. Okay, going for the save potion. I like that.
Good saves here so far, 1-2-0. One ghoul gonna be lost in the end, but again, experience denied with the Dark Ritual. Very close to the Nova right now. And this is where you want to trade out footies for ghouls if you can. Those footies soon gonna be worthless, whereas the ghouls hold value for a lot longer. Some water elementals also killing one in the back. This is a nice move. AM even gonna steal this camp away. Get another little item, lock in level 4 maybe.
He's flexing a little bit, isn't he? With that Mountain King that's able to control the Lich a little bit. Might get a little Nova. But if it's on Footman, totally fine. Oh, he waited till the Troll was at kill threshold to get double Footman and Troll. That was a nice
Yeah, that was
Nova.
nice. That's indeed the experience lead now on the Lich. He got some bonus experience here for quite a while because DK wasn't started for a long time. But it's the MK with a head start compared to the other second hero.
Well then. More mana available. Close to level 4 we are. Another nice Nova. But Mountain King is grinding up a little bit. And of course, this is all camps that 120 is supposed to get anyway. That Sock can retreat onto on his side of the map and then grab the XP lead as well. Once again, I'm cautiously praising Sock. He's going double barracks, double workshop. No sign of a sanctum. Maybe he has learned the lesson now.
And what about now one Griffin Aviary? I would love to see that.
Really? You didn't mention that before.
I would love to see just one Griffin Aviary. Make 2 Griffins, not more, just 2 Griffins.
Huh.
Keep them in the back. Try to stay out of web range, you know? Could be so sweet.
You
So
want them for
juicy.
Griffins, not Dragonhawks?
Dragonhawks, you know. Not in this matchup. Not in this matchup. Yeah,
okay.
We don't have to get too crazy. Lich though, he's starting to get crazy. He was far behind experience for a long time. Now all of a sudden he's ahead. He's on 4 already. And once he gets level 5, we know how dangerous he becomes.
1-0 still has to wait 50 seconds for that tech and then another minute for destroyers. So we got a lot of time for Sock. I really hope he's not missing the mark this time, and he's not missing the mark at all. Night production started already. Sanctum production also started. But yeah, lots to creep at the south.
Like, if you have an orb of slow, why are you making Sorks? That's just an orb that can get killed.
Well,
And please don't make breakers against fiends and A-bombs.
Orb is not
At least-
reliable.
Yeah, but it's good. You can't kill the orb. unless
That's
you
like saying, oh, if you want damage, you got coil already. Why do you go Nova as well?
It's very good. Yeah, the question is, how can you spend your money most efficiently? And you can't tell me it's Sorks.
Different question. That's a different question.
Like I said, if you want to round out your perfect army at 80 with Sorks, then fine. But you need some real power out there earlier. I think if he really wants to make a Sanctum, fine. But then go 2 priests. Healing at least is valuable. These Sorks are garbo.
What about Griffins, by the way? I haven't heard your opinion on Griffin.
Bro, that's a great point. You know what? How about Griffins?
But not too
Inventory
many, right?
also sick on Sock, by the way. MK fully slotted, AM fully slotted, 4-3 levels. Pally has... I was like, wait, he's got Aura first? That would have been kind of crazy. No, he's got the item and Holy Light, of course. Creeping this camp with Knights only not that easy, but if he gets away with it, that's insane level boost for the Pally.
1-0 gets the claw, nice, but he's also getting creep jacked here. Mountain King level 3, amazing. Stormbolt to the face, ghouls will disappear. We get more knights, we get more gyros. Lucky that there's no web yet. 1-0 is going for a very early abomination transition. And you know what? It's kind of nice to have Sorks against them. Or Griffin.
Is it though? You know what does more damage? More magic damage than Swords?
Pretty much everything. Chimeras, for example.
Yeah, I think even priests somehow. Oh no, that might not be true, but
Nope,
sock damage
nope,
is pretty
nope.
low. But Griffins, bro. Griffins
Ah, yeah, they're very good.
pretty good damage. Anyways, Sock again going for the counterattack, trying to delay and buy time. Does have a TP this time. I think that's nice.
And he's with the counterattack, he's forcing 1-0 back. Might lose a knight over it if there's no retreat with the staff.
Stab him. Why is the aim so far away?
The
Game no longer perfect, sadly, but still very good.
We get Storks in now. Would love to see some invisible Mountain Kings maybe down the road as well, but that's of course more luxurious add-ons that the humans can afford. Second attack upgrade is nice to see, rounding out the army. Paladin very tanky with the items. Mountain King very tanky with the items. Just the Archmage a little bit exposed maybe, but then that can also be fixed via positioning. Actually wouldn't hate to see Blizzard here, to be fair.
Okay, not a bad idea. It has very bad synergy with Overslow, however, so that's kind of awkward. But this is pretty much a dream setup. You have level 3 Pally before the first real fight. But only 1 staff, I think, so far. Is that true? Yeah, so ideally some more staffs for Sock, but the positioning also really good. Coming in from behind. This is going to be an awkward position to take for the Undead player right now.
They came from behind, indeed. Mountain King, big claps. And 1-0 is not confident with this at all. Staff is there, so is the kill. He really, really wanted that fiend to die with the Holy Light. Why not? Mana is still looking phenomenal. Upgrades are kicking in. 80 food still. Perfectly rounded army. And staff heals up for free. Not bad. More creeping as well. Right-hand side. These hero levels for the human are getting scary.
The Temple of the Dam now coming for the late game Undead Tech Edition. Double Temple it is. That's something that the human certainly has to scout for. The gyros already on the lookout. Damn, look at Sock, bro. He's got everything in mind.
Bro, I got so mad at Moon. Was it yesterday or the day before? Labby was faking Gargs and built like 2 Gargs. Moon went for triple Ancient of Wind mass hippos. Labby was showing him the long nose. Nah, 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 nah. I'm just switching to fiends. And then Moon didn't use the hippos at all, not for scouting, and guess what? Labby wins with the Banshee transition and steals all the units. I got so furious about the lack of scouting, but that's a different story. We got another fight!
MK taking lots of damage right here. Has used the heal potion, but that doesn't really get him back to fully healthy. Behind this, there's an attempt of a third base for Sok. Clap comes through. MK now very low mana. I feel like this Undead army is trying to outclass the human army a little bit. There's, again, dare I say, magic damage lacking.
I love the add-on for Mortar, so is getting ready already for Banshees. It's also phenomenal for Fiends. But yeah, spell damage insanely high. Nuking also not that easy as we have Rune Bracers, and everything of course is affected by Disease Cloud, which will trigger that heal scroll every soon.
Signs on the Pally. No Holy Light at the moment. Always scary when you don't have that ready. That 400 heal is really important for these fights. Like, what is the slow even doing here? It's A-bombs in front tanking. So, it's not even like you're chasing Fiends so easily.
Well, usually...
God, I hate these Sorks.
Usually 1-0 is kiting like crazy. Now he's not doing that. But he would do it if there was no slow. So the presence of slow is robbing 1-0 of one of his biggest weapons, the kiting.
Oh, and the Nova easily gets those kills. Boom, there go 3 Sorks. Nice little army you built there, buddy.
They did the job. Everything was slowed. Militia are able to arrest the Lich now. Town portal forced. It's no big gap in supply as he takes out the statue. It's all perfectly fine and dandy. And now we switch in Sock side as well. We get Inner Fire Priests as well as Mortars with Fragmentation Shards. And we don't even have Possession yet. I think 1-0 is doomed. Okay,
I think
okay.
Sok can't win without a third base, which might get cancelled. There was some, I don't know, was that like a A-bomb attack, ghoul attack? Something was going on there. Didn't quite catch it. Counter-attack though. Very good move here by Sok. He's distracting from his own base, getting some acolyte kills even, TP out, clean escape, MK level 4. That was a great attack. This might be a game-winning attack.
And we got cannon towers up there as well. More towers coming. Mortar teams. Priest against Disease Cloud, by the way. Jacuzzel, love it. And now defensive stance by Sok. He has no real reason to leave anymore as long as he keeps tabs on the left-hand side.
Triple Staff can, of course, also be great against those Banshees. Just great in general. He made a Rifleman. That begs the question, was that a misclick, maybe? Might have been.
We'll see. Oh my god, these Fiends. These Fiends, I would love to see Blizzard. Or the Frag Shards. Clap Frag Shards could also be sick. So far, we're not seeing that. There's silence on the Mountain King. Always hard to see as it's hidden behind the health bars. And now the kiting game is in because we don't have Sorks anymore.
Oh, the Mass Staff really starting to pay off. Finally, a statue goes down. MK still with lots of mana, plus that mana pot. Doesn't have an invuln, which is a bit scary. But he's got very tanky items in general.
Stormbolt for the guaranteed kill. 1-0 is doing a fine job with the silences so far, but I also like Sok not over-pushing, retreating into the safety of the Cannon Tower. Cannon Tower also affected by Fragmentation Shards, so pretty good against Fiends.
I think Sok could go high upkeep here. Doesn't matter if you lose gold. It's all about holding this position right here, right now. This is going to determine the game.
Pally. Oh, sketchy, sketchy, sketchy. Might be time for the heal ward there as well. Dark Ranger. Clap is so sick with the frag shots, man. Oh my god. So much damage. Mountain King has not much mana anymore, but he did the job. The DK is hurt. The Mountain King should be safe. Holy Light, Holy Light, Holy Light. Ready now. Whoo, and the heal ward behind it. Glorious.
MK is out of mana. I think he has to get back to the shop. A mana potion here would go a long way.
Bro,
AM starting to fall. Not everyone being denied. More experience. AM level 5 could also be great.
Uncontested mortar teams are such a thing of beauty if you hold it with the human. Doesn't matter what the armor type is, everything splatters into pieces. 17 food lead, 1800 gold, and you want to kite, but then there's slow and stabs and more kills, and of course you get the mana from the Brilliant Aura, which is also fantastic. The rifles turned out to be not a mistake as he's building a couple more. Nova hits very nicely. Would love to see maybe the Archmage go to the shop for a heal scroll against the AoE, but other than that, Sok has this game in the palm of his hands.
Yeah, such a beautiful army, man. Sok rounding out his tier 3 army perfectly. Always a pleasure to see. But you don't want to overstep, of course. Time to fall back. Mana is low everywhere. HP also low. Getting some clarities, getting some regen scrolls would be very nice. A heal scroll here as well. And Sok has so much gold. Holy. He didn't go into high upkeep, although I think he could have afforded it. Still up at 77, holding on to a slight lead there, but yeah, 2k in the bank. That is what should be enough here to bring it across the finish line.
There is no more gold in the main bases. Both expansions will expire in a bit as well. So 1-0 is on a big timer. There's a couple of creeps still remaining on the red spot left-hand side, so it's not that easy to like secretly expand. There is an X factor still with Banshees, but the stabs by Sok have been so good, and the Mortar team's presence is so noticeable that I think getting possessions through is very unlikely.
Signs in the MK, perfectly timed. What about those frag shards, by the way? Possessing the Mortar teams right now, but they're shooting back. The Gyros are also shooting back with the landmines. What a weird fight this is, dude. This is all over the place.
Beauty use of the landmines, exactly as it should be. Dark Ranger getting deleted. Lich might be next on the menu if the mana is over, or 1-2-0 saves the heroes by just tapping out, saves their lives. Sok, what a recovery from that game 3, which was surely a bit disappointing for him. Here, great army comp, great decision making early on when to attack and when not, and when to defend, and where the cancel culture is heading us with the 2 bases, and then at almost all points of the game having the right army composition together. I think this was a chef kiss game for Sok, giving us a meaningful game 5.
With the 4th farm, I guess it's gonna have to be an expansion. AM locks in a fast level 2 for the mana region, which is good. And what did 1-0 scout? It seems like he's aware. It seems like... Wait, is he aware? Going in the right direction. If he steals the big boy with the Nova, that would be sick.
He is right there. He's close to level 2. He sees the corpses. He's onto something.
Oh, there's not an easy spot for Sok right now.
Nope.
Ooh, has to fall back with everything. Oh, okay. Abort, abort. We are going canceling now.
Okay, okay. 1 worker down, second one almost. There we go. Lich, of course, on the opposite side of the map as well. Ghouls must be in position. We got a Hurt Footman on the right-hand side. Archmage with Circlet in the need for more damage and more sustain. Yeah, he needs that cancel ASAP.
Yeah, it seems like he should have easy enough damage here to get this one. Maybe he shouldn't even use the Watch Elemental. Is that too crazy? I guess that's too crazy. Just summon the Watch Elemental, cancel it faster. He's moving out with Militia already, trying to clear out the
Thanks for the effort and passion you put into this channel. When I think how much entertainment you provide, a small donation feels like the least I can do.
Footies feeling the pain, getting blocked by their own Water Elemental friends. Lich has a chance here to get lots of kills and get ahead on experience.
Right on. That is another footy. 2 more footies. No denies. Ay, ay, ay. We get a big dono by a person with a wonderful nickname, Obese1 Kenobi. That is hilarious. Thank you for 25 bucks, my dude. Much love. Thank you also for the kindest words.
Thank you for the support, man. That goes a long way. Much appreciated. This time around, I think 1-0 has the much better early game, doesn't he? He got a bunch of kills. Looks like he's going to have a lot faster of an expansion. But the AM, I guess, is getting that level lead right here.
It looks like...
Oh, 1-0. Now he has the wrong read. He had the right read earlier, but now he's rocking in the wrong direction. He's trying to think about it. Should I creep this camp to get the item? Oh, no, that's not the right idea. You only have 3 ghouls here. You don't have skellies, dude. You don't have skellies. Oh, no. No, 1-0. What are you doing?
Well, about that good position, Mr. Remo Demo, the Jinx Master Hitting again. Speaking of
Oh.
things that hit
Oh, this
other
is so
things. Water Elemental
This is so
Footman,
bad.
that's a cancel. Sox expansion is almost up. 1-0, man. What a catastrophe.
Oh. If he just intercepts the footies, that should have been an easy expo finishing for him. Before the human, possibly even. Oh, that was a big waste.
Is the Town Hall
Big
up?
Nova as well, though.
Oh, he can finish it though, right? It's 3 more workers, 7 seconds. Arcane Tower, just a bit of right click. Yeah, he got this, man. He got this up. So cool by Sock
pretty
also
block.
to not stubbornly go for the turtle, but rather for the right-hand side.
Yeah, really cool. And there was a scout lacking for 1-0. Didn't have a Skelly or a Ghoul or an Acolyte or anything. Scouting across the map. That's a huge waste of time. Mana Potion, though, committed. Threatening the Archmage now. There's going to be another Nova very soon.
Oh boy, oh boy. It's very low health on that Lich. Can he reach for the fireballs?
A player's force
Ignis! Ah, not going for it. Not going through with this. Yo, we got a game! Oh, healing cancelled. On the Lich.
No. There's not many footies here, though. AM can't really dare to go in with there being a Narrow normally. Got the Nova now. Gotta keep that in mind.
Switching targets.
If that's not a cancel, that's really bad. That would be really bad.
So bad! Water Elemental down, Footman down, damage halved. It's also 20 seconds though. Water Elemental is expiring. We don't have another one up. The mana regen for once not enough.
Slow. The Nova.
Oh shit!
48 points.
Oh shit!
Cojones of steel. Holy.
What is of steel in Spanish? We need to figure it out. Oh,
Plata, I think. Isn't that what the Colombians always used to say? Plata.
bro, you might have more connection to Colombians than I have.
Fortunately, I do.
How's that?
Yeah, you know, just love the food they make. You know, it's yum yum.
What's
Anyways,
a favorite Colombian dish?
That is tacos with rice. Yum yum. In the end, the tech timing is very similar, just a tiny lead on the human side. Expo timing, kind of similar. But it's the AM here, who again is doing pretty well. But hold on. What is going on with the Lich suddenly? He's level 4.
Yep. And he's also
You know, after
healthy.
all this early game madness, we might be looking at quite the even game, actually.
That's the best games. We got Rune Bracers in this situation. Pretty damn good. And a Shredder on top as well. How are the tech timings? 2/3, 2/3. Another Ghoul run by though.
Plata is actually silver. Ah.
Iron,
I don't know
silver, for Remo all the same.
You know, in Valheim, it's a silver sword, which is better than the iron sword, so maybe even a better idea.
Probably great against
You never played
vampires.
Valheim, did you?
Nope.
Next week when you have some time off, play Valheim, dude. It's amazing.
I don't know. Not feeling it.
What's that?
A player's forces are under attack.
But it's so good. It takes a long time, though, dude, to play through one run. Holy shit.
Yeah, let's not do that.
The town is under siege.
I might
So
play
we got the
Hades
Shredder.
too.
I didn't even play through the first one yet, man.
Yeah.
Embarrassing gamer admission.
Yeah.
It's a really cool game, though. I certainly agree. It's a great game.
Just like this one. 1-2-0 is done with tier 2 and he doesn't have an altar. Mr. Remo is 1-2-0 running out of steam here.
Yikes. Oh, this is really bad. He was behind the tech already. That is great news for our human player. This means more time to get prepared. We know how humans love to get those upgrades if there's time to get them. Seems like there will certainly be time enough to get them. Look at the split on the footies.
Again, right?
Nova.
I mentioned this
Nice.
on Echo Altar already, and I didn't know if that was on purpose. Now that I see it for the second or third time, or we see it for the second or third time, I think there's purpose behind it.
Player's forces are under attack.
Wait a minute.
Okay.
So you're not expanding on 40 supply, are you? That would be crazy.
That would be crazy. Just like building 2 altars would also be crazy, but 1-2-0 is doing that. Oh my god.
He's expanding on
seriously-
40!
Without having... He
Dude.
has no lumber.
Yeah, but he's got a shredder. It's gonna be there in a moment.
He's canceling the slaughterhouse. Maybe.
That is so greedy. Are you kidding me?
What is going on in this game? And there's just action everywhere. There's a ghoul threat on the right-hand side. There's a Lich Mountain King skirmish in the middle. There was an Archmage slaughterhouse cancel attempt on the upper left-hand side, and there's an expansion at the bottom left-hand side. We need more
This is
observers in games.
This is a 40 supply expansion. Dude, this is not FFA, okay? This is not supposed to be working like this.
Well, who knows, man? FFA plays are making their way into one-on-one with more shredders, etc., etc. Army compositions, also very FFA inspired sometimes. And I don't know. This is all very chaotic. This might actually just be the time. Mountain King retreating to the shop, gets a potion, has the gold, no problem. And Archmage Waterman to deal with the Lich. 1-0 has zero clue about this expo.
He had the heal potion perfectly when he needed it, by the way. Then he passes the rune bracers to shrug off the next Nova. Stock is playing so insane right now. Also pretty risky, pretty damn greedy. Gotta be said. If 1-0 had the scout down there, he could easily take care of the expansion and make all this investment a waste. Dude, normally humans, they just try to hustle to 70 supply as fast as they can to finally be stable against the undead threat. And Stock just says like, whatever, I'm going 3 bases. 40 supply is enough. That's ridiculous.
I want to say also that SOC expanded on 0 units.
Yeah.
That's the 40 supply. It's 0 units. It's workers, heroes, shredder. That's it.
This is completely ridiculous.
Well,
And that it's working is incredible. An incredible showing of how good SOC is looking right now.
and also
If he wins this map, it should have been a 4-1 victory today, if not for that throw.
Yeah. And
Is it
also,
over? Question?
yesterday he defeated Life as well. And Moon. So, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Triple income now for SOC. We're getting a big army. Paladin is coming. Again, his patented Sanctum. Contesting 1-0 for more creeps, which is nice. Stalling more time. And 1-0, of course, we have to blame him for not scouting the bottom left-hand side. But can you really when no one else is going for these expo and these tactics?
Stock creating space here, forcing a TP home. I guess one night. Oh, no, never mind. Not even losing that one. Clean escape. Time bought. Would love to see now also staffs being prioritized. He's got the first one already, with more still available. Dude, the Shredder has been at work for so long, but the lumber is still so low because Stock is just going for so many upgrades. And to be honest, he's pretty low on supply, man. This still might have been a bit too greedy in the end.
Yeah, he's 2 knights and 1 gyro. That's
Oh, here come the
army.
breakers. Thank God. Here come the saving breakers. Oh, I'm glad to see them.
Mr. Remo, would you like to see Griffins maybe instead?
That would be a good idea. Good idea.
Well. This is quite a big attack, man. 70 food. We don't have web against the gyros, but there's also no destroyers. Sock still unwilling to take a fight, and I think reasonably so. He can trade his second base for 1-0 second base because there's 1 third base, and that's not the undeads.
Peasants quickly going down. The power of level 3 Nova shining through again. Towers also not holding for long. TP back now. Okay. Counter TP gonna have to come in a moment. Staff into TP ideally. Oh, never mind. Okay, this knight going down. You know, similar to Echo Isles, it's starting to look like Sock is being a little bit too cute for his own good.
Believe, Remo, believe! We need that big Sock win. The hope for the humans. Another staff, very good. 1 knight could have been saved if executed as Remo described. That fiend, ambitious. But yeah, next wave of attack. At some point, 1-0 must think like, how are you able to sustain this army for so long when I kill your stuff all the time?
Yeah, this other army is terrifying looking right now. And human heroes are pathetic, dude. MK1, Pally 1. I feel like this game is looking worse and worse for soccer by the minute.
Well, This base might fall. And then again, where's the counterattack ending up on? What can you do? Sok is running around like a headless chicken at the moment. What's levels?
Yeah, he's trying to get some creep camps in, trying to find a level up. He was at the shop for a moment, thinking about a TP, ended up not buying it. Now he's again across the map without a TP.
Oh.
Many moments of brilliance by Sok today, and some moments of big derping.
A player's forces are under attack.
Can't win them all, just most of them. Let's see if he wins this one. Leon, thank you for the raid, mate. Hope you had a good stream. We see a brilliant 1-0 versus Sok series. Two people you're, of course, close with. A-bomb for free. We're going for the Black Citadel. Is there enough damage?
If there's no TP, then certainly. He's trying to force that TP before his other expansion has fallen. All those peasants dead already. No TP, by the way. He could also get trapped by a teleport.
Alright. Okay, on Echo Else he survived with a lot and got his objective. This time he doesn't get the Black Citadel. He is trapping lots of fiends here. Archmage!
Invuln to save him. Sok is fighting on. But
Pelly.
heroes don't seem to be up to the task.
Archmage will disappear in a second. Mountain King is all by himself. He is sturdy. Supply is even. Lich dodges the invuln. Oh man, super important move for 1-0.
Knights now slowed down, getting picked off. One by one, they're going bye-bye, including that one. And that's 1-0, almost claiming the supply lead. Sok is actually holding on to a small one, but I think that's a bit misleading because that expansion not mining anymore. Heroes AFK, staffed out back at home. Twice in this series, it seems. Twice in this series, Sok gives away a great position.
1-0 was a bit shaky in the mid-game, forgetting the altar, then building it twice, you know, some signs of nerves or fatigue or whatever it is, but when it matters most, he was razor sharp. And Sok eventually a bit indecisive indeed. But there's one last hurrah. The army with very few workers is very optimized for fighting. And that's the last chance for Sok.
But he's facing a level 5 Lich with seemingly unlimited mana. You can out-sustain the Lich, you can outlast him, you can out-heal him with multi-staffs and high-level heroes. 2 staffs, I don't know, is enough. 1-1 Knights, I don't think is enough.
Out-sustaining a Lich against a Dark Ritual and Abomination is a stretch. There should always be mana, but the aim was, of course, not much damage. Fiends are falling left and right. That Breaker was the sacrificial lamb, but Frostborn hungers for the Pally, and the series is over. 1-0 and Sok go to war. Very, very, very cool series. Very competitive series. Way better than their Super League series. Both show that they are in tremendous form, and everybody should be looking up to them at the moment.